Welcome back. Our post-game show presented by the Maroon Club and our post-game show presented by Coca-Cola as we join Lindsay with head coach Fran O'Hanlon.
Thanks, Gary. Yeah, I have Coach here with me. Coach, a tough ending there. What were some of your main takeaways from today's game?
Well, I mean, we competed with a good basketball team. We had opportunities, though, to win this game in regulation. And, I don't want to make excuses, with a young team, we took some ill-advised shots, when we had the lead, let them get back in the game. And obviously, Dylan O'Hearn, we couldn't stop him. He got to the foul line. He did everything today. And so we just got to learn from this, know that we can compete with good teams, and hopefully we can learn to win games, when we're playing in games like this.
Right now, what would you say the biggest lesson from today's game was?
Well, I think it's a theme of just our shot selection, being able to execute our offense. And then obviously we didn't do a good job defensively on O'Hearn. And it's something we have to do a better job of.
Thank you, Coach.
Thank you.
All right, guys, so now we're going to grab John. John had a career high in today's game. So, John, from your point of view out on the court, what do you think went wrong in those last few minutes of, regular play?
It was really just that last stretch, because we were leading the entire game, but it just really comes down to like the little things, like making free throws, just continuing to execute like we did the entire game. So just a learning process. We just gotta play the full 40 minutes and then some. So just a learning process. We'll learn from it.
And how do you guys plan to bounce back in your next game against Delaware?
Just gotta continue to share the ball, keep it hot, keep it moving. Give ourselves up, lock in on defense. We gotta work on our communication, and I'd say those are a couple first steps we need to take.
Thanks, John.
Thank you.
Gary and John, back to you guys.
All right, Lindsay, thank you very much. Good job today. And, John, it's time to take a look at some of the highlights. They turned out to be some lowlights in this ball game.
We have seen so many games in our time here at the Kirby Sports Center. None as entertaining, really. Let's look at it objectively. John Brantley came off the bench, and after limited minutes early on in the season, he exploded. Matt Faw, the Holy Cross product, getting a 5th year at NJIT, provided them with a great presence in the middle. In the end, though, really, the defense, look at Gray on the steal, the pick, and the finish. In the end, it was NJIT's defense that really got it done, and their ability to attack the rim. That was James Lee right there going hard to the basket. Gray, again, this is a bank shot. Even when Lafayette was able to play great defense, it seemed like the basketball gods had it in for him tonight. It even got to the point where the two coaches were going at each other. In the end, though, I'll tell you what, the defense on the inside, that was Chris Rabayo with great defense, but in transition, Antoine Butler, stepping up at a big time. Our own point guard dynamo, Tyrone Perry, picking a pocket of a Highlander and finishing hard at the other end. So, Gary, what can you say? You could read the emotion on Fran O'Hanlon's face as we come back to our highlights. And that's Gray again, finishing hard with his left hand. And watch John Brantley. Can't go under him tonight. He is absolutely staring down the basketball. Sometimes a shooter gets in a zone. He was certainly in a zone tonight. Watch the spin move right here, I think. Yeah, the big spin move and the flush by big Neil Quinn. When he was in, he got in early foul trouble. When he was in the game, though, I think it was a big step forward for Neil Quinn. Dylan O'Hearn, what can you say? 42 big points tonight.
We're not at
these two foul shots by Butler ended the first overtime. We've lost track. But whatever you say, here's another spin move. Neil Quinn, again, playing under the cloud of three early fouls. How can you stop this guy? He's draining threes all night long. Then he's scoring around the rim. Look at the catch and the finish. Nice play by Kyle Jenkins to big Neil Quinn. Guess who? He just couldn't be stopped. Dylan O'Hearn was the answer tonight. And Lafayette just couldn't find him. That was a great delivery by Gray to find O'Hearn. This was huge. This is the second time in the two overtimes that Neil Quinn gave up a layup and kicked it out to Jenkins, who made it a good pass by knocking down the three, a couple of late free throws. And that's all. Not a whole lot to choose between these two basketball teams. I'm not sure I've ever seen a game as hotly contested as this one.
Well, no question, this game really centered around the inability to stop Dylan O'Hearn. He played every minute of every second of this basketball game, and he certainly took full advantage with 42 points, obviously a career high for him. We don't have a lot of the NJIT records in front of us. Not sure if maybe that's a new record for NJIT in scoring. You see the overall numbers. Obviously, they've spent a lot of time at the foul line. 24 for 28. That's good numbers, John.
And it's a product of the way they play. And of course, to Lafayette's credit, a product of the way they play was that they had 28 assists on 31 baskets. That's incredible. So you had a situation tonight where you had two well-coached basketball teams playing very, very hard, doing exactly what the game plan called for, and the result is a double overtime. In this case, a heartbreaker, but I think both of these teams have an awful lot to look forward to this year.
Well, I can tell you that Matt Fall did not have 42 points. The 42 points belonged to Dylan O'Hearn. Matt Fall did have 9 rebounds, however, to lead his ball club in that. Fall had 10, 11 for Mackay, 11. Mackay Gray had 11. Lafayette with 4 guys in double figures, 17 for Kyle Jenkins, 15 for Neil Quinn, 13 for C.J. Fulton, and a big career high 19 points today for John Brantley. There you have it. Lafayette goes to 2-6. They will play Delaware on Wednesday. NJIT, they go to 5-3. They do win 3 in a row for the first time in a bit, and we wish them well the rest of the way. An exciting ball game, but not the kind of finish we were looking for, as Lafayette loses it in double overtime by a 90-86 score. John and I will see you again next Saturday afternoon, 2 o'clock, when the Tigers of Princeton University come to the Kirby Sports Center. So that's it for Lindsay, for John. I'm Gary. Thanks so much for watching. Goodbye, everybody.